Pasa de Domingo.
Oh my goodness. Am I really on? Is this really me? Am I really alive?
Yeah, I mean, Joe's been probably about a month.
Yeah.
He's not allowed to any more Eagles games. He goes to an Eagles game, gets sick, then gets the family sick.
I was just about to say,
what game did you go to?
I was at the Packers game.
Oh, that's right. That's in your backyard. No, because I was going to say, if you went home and saw that debacle on Black Friday, that's something that probably could have got you sick. Just saying.
No, I think what happened is I went to Green Bay and screamed a lot, and we barely won. And then ever since then, we haven't done any shows, and the Eagles haven't won.
Yeah, I'm superstitious in my own right. It was funny. Last time I was with you guys, you manifested potentially the Giants beating the Eagles the first game, and things looking up. And I tell you, ever since the wheels fell off in that fourth quarter in Denver, it has just been like quite the slide, and the injuries have been terrible. But a lot to talk about. Unreal.
I don't think you sure went to the Bears game.
No.
Coming from a Chicago Bears fan himself.
Yeah, can't knock on the Bears. They
showed up and showed
did
out.
work, man. Quick going back to that Giants game. I am still a closet Jackson Dart fan. Not gonna lie, I want the kid to do well. I love Scatabo. So I mean, it's like it's tough seeing those guys in New York. But it also sucks how that all kind of went down, I mean, I don't wish anyone to get hurt like that. And there he is. Hello. Hey, should I start over? I'm talking nice about the Giants. This is
start over. Yeah, I like to hear it.
Normal for me. I must still be sick, John.
No, go ahead, Joe G. Do your thing. I love hearing good stuff because I got on my Mickey shirt tonight because the Giants are freaking. I don't know.
Hey, I was just saying, man. I'm an admitted Jackson Dart fan. I was a Jackson Dart fan in college. So I like the kid a lot, and I love Scatabo.
Yeah,
it's hard to not like the guy.
Yeah,
and it sucks the way that. I mean, you guys can talk about it, but just like the New York fan base to go from the high of embarrassing us on national television to Scatabo getting hurt and Dart being out, it's just like I don't know. I've never like genuinely felt bad for the Giants. And I was like, man, I actually feel bad for the Giants. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm actually like, I'm looking forward to seeing the two of them, like, grow together and work together. And I don't know, man. I think Dable kind of got screwed, but it is what it is. I don't know what your guys' opinion is on that.
Glad you asked.
Yeah, go ahead. You go ahead. Yeah, Rich, because you're gonna say what I'm gonna say anyway. So let's go.
I mean, if you wanna go first, Idris, I could hold off.
Oh no, because we're gonna say the same thing. So go ahead.
Yeah, like-minded. All right. I'm okay with getting rid of Dable for a couple of reasons. I don't like the way that he always undermined Wink Martindale. I'm going back a little bit. I feel that he cost the Giants a premier defensive coordinator. Shane Bowen wasn't it. And honestly, there was just such a desperation with Dable kind of getting lucky that Dart was performing well. Now, of course, this is prior to, the scat injury in Philly. And, a couple of weeks before that, Neighbors went down in the Charger game, a game that we managed to win.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the coaching change. 2-7, 3 consecutive years, he had to go.
Yeah, I'm with Richie because a lot of stuff came out after Dable got fired to where it's like the players were happy, and the Wink Martindale situation, it was where he wouldn't let Wink be the DC, and even with Shane Bowen, it's coming out that he was in the defensive room right there, basically telling Bowen what to do, and that's why it took so long for them to get him out of there. Because see, when Kafka took over, everything came out. He didn't say it, but listening to him, his body language is more like, look, he was like, I was in those rooms, but I had no say so. Points and more in the fourth quarter, games we should have won. 2 of the games we lost in the last 3 minutes, up by 10 points or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah.
So 3 straight. And see, our best year with Dable was the year Mike Kafka was our OC.
Yeah, I was telling Idris. I was telling Idris on one of our previous shows that if you take away all the fourth quarter meltdowns, and including that ass whooping that New England just put on us, the Giants should be no worse than 5-8, maybe 6-7 right now.
Yeah. I could see that.
But it's not it's weird because usually when a team wins 2 of 13 games, you feel that they're pathetic and they're terrible. And I don't feel that way about my team this year because, we did beat you guys once. We beat the Chargers and all the blown games on the road, against good teams, Detroit, Chicago. We lost the Dallas game late. That's the most forgivable one to me because that was just a bona fide shootout. But the Denver one is where the wheels came off.
That's when everything fell apart right there.
Yeah,
Thomas thing.
I like the fact that Wan'Dale Robinson's actually getting the ball finally. And I think, he could be a really good 2 to Neighbors, and, I don't understand the Russell Wilson deal. Like, I don't understand why that. Okay.
We don't
I feel like you could have just started the season with Jameis and put Dart in if that's what you were going to do. But frankly, like, I don't understand why Daboll wasn't allowed to just start Dart. Well, because that was the one thing, that was his quarterback.
Yeah.
Finally, he didn't really want Daniel Jones. And obviously you're seeing how Daniel Jones plays when he has a competent coach.
I predicted that before the season. I told Richie, I said, Daniel Jones is going to take his team to the playoffs. I said, he's going to come back player. Everyone laughed at me. I said, no, he's got a quarterback coach. And look what he's doing. Yeah.
And if it doesn't go their way, it's definitely because of the limitation right now for Jones' running game. That's a big part of his game. Playing with the broken fibula, which is ballsy for lack of a better word. But Colts and Duval this week. That's going to be a good one, boys.
Yeah.
Must win for both teams. I mean, that's basically a division right there. Even though you got a Houston Texan team looking in the background, I mean, it's going to come down to Indianapolis and Jacksonville. So,
yeah,
Houston's an interesting one. They might actually find themselves. It depends. Like if Jacksonville and the Colts could stumble a little collectively, I could see Houston jumping in because that defense never takes a week off.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud takes a lot of weeks off, so
I
Oh,
tend
yeah,
to
yeah.
agree. I like Davis Mills in that position better. I completely agree, Joe.
it's so weird. That's such a weird I like CJ Stroud, but I don't get somehow CJ Stroud and Bryce Young like swapped bodies this year.
Yeah.
No, you're not kidding. And you know,
It's kind of bizarre.
injury in large part could be blamed, but I feel like Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels did that too because Jaden and Bo Nix were the two best rookies last year by far, and Caleb was a distant third. And now
Yeah.
Caleb's like got the magic touch, and even when he doesn't play great, he seems to have like a big series that'll sway the game. He's become very good at breaking sacks. He proved that against our team.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting seeing Micah chasing him around this week. That's going to be a good game too. You got a lot of good games this week where things are going to be sorted out with sole possession of first in a lot of divisions.
And last week, hello Gary, my friend AC's watching on YouTube. So we got some people popping in saying hello. My friend Andrew was saying hi to everybody. Go Sports.
What's up, Andrew? What's up, everybody? Shouts out to these guys, Sports Corner, great friends of ours, and
Yes, sir.
we appreciate running the simulcast. So this is playing over on my YouTube channel as well, Richie H. Jr. Sports Podcast. This is my co-host Idris. For those of you who don't know him, also want to share with you guys, to my music lovers, Idris has a radio station on live365.com. The Mixed Experience, Bosco from the Bronx, definitely check that out, live365.com. 24/7 radio, and Idris is killing it out there, so definitely give that a look too.
I'm trying.
And Gary's an Eagles fan too, so you guys are outnumbered right now, 3-2.
Oh, it's all good, man.
It's all good.
Hey, I mean, we might be Eagles fans, but there is no outnumbering. We collectively suck right now. Okay.
I mean, no, we can all laugh right now. Dallas is losing 20-6. Okay.
Look, when we have to depend on other teams to take care of Dallas, that's when we have a problem. Okay, I'm just throwing it out there. The scary, you were just saying about the Giants, like should be whatever 5-8. You were saying 6-8. I don't remember, but like when you look at, and we talked about this a couple weeks ago. When you look at the Eagles' schedule, there is not a single game. Okay, all kidding aside, except for the one against the Giants in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
But there's not a single game this year that the Eagles couldn't have lost. You know what I mean? Like every game this season,
I get it.
they barely won.
Yeah, you know something, Joe?
It's crazy. Like we could be a 1-12 team or 11 team. I don't even know how many.
I'm glad you said that, Joe G. I'm glad you said that, man, because me and Zappy on the show before the season start, it might have been the first couple of weeks. We said this team, and y'all don't shoot us for it. We said this team looks like it's going to resemble that 2023 team.
Yep.
Out the gate, and then all of a sudden,
well, the biggest factor to me is the Kellen Moore absence and Nick Sirianni's stubbornness to not take the play calling duties away from your current OC, because when you look at your coaching staff, everyone else checks the box as a very good or premier coach. Sirianni has a decent amount of success in this league. Idris's cuz, Aaron Moorhead, your wide receivers coach. Yeah, Aaron, you do a pretty good job despite what's going on this year, which I don't really think is much of your doing or your receiving room's doing. You have a hell of a defensive coordinator. Your special teams is pretty good. But the play calling on offense has been poor, to say the least. And, the Saquon Barkley situation is a weird one, too. You come off possibly the greatest year of any running back in the modern era, or any era for that matter. And I think it's in part the play calling. I think it's in part he's not getting the same holes he was getting. He's not hitting the holes the same way.
Becton is missing.
Yeah, that's a big loss.
Like that, yeah.
And I know you guys won a Super Bowl without the man, but dare I say that you guys do miss Jason Kelce this time of the year?
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, Brandon Graham said he was coming out of retirement. My immediate thing was like, oh my God, Jason Kelsey, please follow him. Please follow him. Move Cam over.
Yeah,
You know,
Cam over, you got I mean, you would have what? Kelsey, Dickerson, Cam, and you would still have
Yeah.
Malata and Lane. Huh?
Yeah, Malata definitely the best singer on your team.
And the Walter Payton Man of the Year, if I'm not, I think that's what I just saw, right?
Yeah, finals for the Eagles, yes.
Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah,
now, I'll be honest. I'm with you just to a level. What I'm seeing with your team right now worries me on the level of it does eerily mirror what happened in 23. It's a little too similar. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys are going to finish with a better record than you did in 23, unless you have a full implosion. But you know, the Justin Herbert thing, he's going to play, but I think you're catching a break this week with the fact that he won't be 100%, and he's probably going to start. But you guys have a good defense. I actually on my show, I picked you guys to win this week.
Yep.
Okay, well, does you and Jalen Carter not playing change your mind?
I'll be honest, guys. I'm not trying to punish the Chargers for other regimes, but in the month of December, no matter what year it is, I don't trust the Chargers.
Yeah.
And
That's fair.
my bad, Knast. Like I've been saying since Justin Herbert came into the league, he was more like a lower first, early second.
Okay, you're back. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't really hold any stock saying him or Trevor Lawrence were top 10 picks. They're not top 10. I said they might be top 20. And I don't trust the Chargers because I don't trust him. And until he shows me he can come up in a big game or whatever, him and Trevor Lawrence, I mean, I'm going to still see them as low first, high second draft picks.
Yeah.
Show me something.
Yeah, Lawrence has been a turnover machine since coming into the league. I kind of forgive him for year one with Urban Meyer, because Urban Meyer had no business coaching grown men.
No.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I'm kind of with you. I think, 5 games left. I think the Eagles should go 4-1 in those games. However it plays out. That last game, I don't know if we've already, whatever, Dallas is.
Yeah, you've got 3 tomatoes.
Right? So we probably
my team and the Commanders twice. You should win. Not my team. Excuse me. The Commanders twice. Yeah, 4-1.
Yeah, but I mean, there is the joke. That last week, McKee's out there. I mean, hell, McKee seems to read the field better at times than Hurts. So I don't know what to think there, but I'm intrigued by that Bills game because we could come into that Buffalo game with the division already won and potentially not much to play for. And to me, that game is our last chance at playoff competition before the playoffs.
And Buffalo is another weird one to figure with that defense is not what it once was. And they're going to have to do it the hard way if they're going to get where they were expected to go this year, which is at minimum an AFC title game, because, they're not catching New England. They might beat them in the playoffs, but they're not going to catch them in the standings.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Experience might favor Buffalo if they run into New England for a third meeting. They still have to play a second one, but we'll see. New England has a year ahead of schedule, I must admit. They took full advantage of a favorable schedule.
Yeah.
But make no mistake, they're legit this year.
Yeah, I think we're good.
I was just gonna say Drake May figured out the NFL.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That was 100%.
Buffalo, it's like they've lost a lot, man. They just look beatable, man. They're starting to look like that Buffalo team doing the Tyrod Taylor years, and when they were transitioning to Josh Allen, they look like they can be beaten by anybody. That's just the way they look now.
And
just
they
don't look,
have been.
Yeah, they don't look tough no
Losses
more.
to Atlanta, Miami. The Texans beat them, even though the Texans weren't exactly cooking on offense. Yeah, Buffalo is they've been a disappointment when you look at the lane opening because their biggest nemesis and thorn in their side, the Chiefs, are not having their kind of year. They could miss the playoffs in their own right. I don't think they will. I think after this Eagles win, they're going to beat the Chargers and make things interesting. But the lane is open for Buffalo this year, and they're squandering it.
You know something, Richie? Yeah. Buffalo picked the wrong time to start crashing. Like you just said, Kansas City is not Kansas City anymore.
And that's the one team that has been their Achilles. Yes. And, you could probably, in second place, I guess you could say the Bengals.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And see, you're choosing now to start falling. And here you got New England went from, cellar dwellers to the best in the league. Like, this is when you need to be tough. Because now you got Denver, who's on the come up, You got New England. I mean, and those are two teams you weren't looking at last year or the year before.
Yeah, and the AFC North doesn't offer anybody that's going to make a run.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can't count out the Colts. I mean, they're up and down right now, too, but they're surprising some people this year.
I'm not counting out Cincinnati, man. Not in that division.
Well, yeah, Cincinnati in that division could get in.
Yeah.
This is a big week. If they can beat Buffalo this week, they're going to pick up a game on somebody because the Ravens and Steelers, somebody's going to lose.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, Johnny knows I'm never counting the Ravens out. I picked the Ravens to win the division at 1-5. So,
yeah,
I'm just saying. Preseason, I had them going, I think, like 13-4 or 12-5. So they definitely made me look bad on that pick. I expected a lot more out of them, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
I don't ever want to face Lamar Jackson in the playoffs. That's all I'm saying.
I expected. I actually expected them. I picked them too. I thought Pittsburgh would be better than last year. Cincinnati, I thought would be better, but what happened to them. But now they're starting to look like the team. People expect them to look like.
And the weirdest caveat with Cincinnati, for the first time in forever, they got off to a 2-0 start. They're usually like 0-3 before they start waking up.
Right.
But then Burrow gets hurt.
He gets hurt.
Yeah.
But
and I mean, Browning was awful, so they had to make that Flacco trade. They had to.
And, yeah, Joe.
I was gonna say the best thing about Flacco is they beat the Steelers.
Yeah.
Like they lost a bunch of games, but winning that game against the Steelers, and then they beat the Ravens,
beat them.
So they are like, and you got Burrow back, and they still got to play the Ravens again, and they still got to play the Browns. They've got their division games still. Yes. I mean, you look at the schedule for them to finish the year. Like you said, if you beat Buffalo, then you're at home against Baltimore the following week. So let's just say the Steelers beat Baltimore. The Bengals going to beat Baltimore. They could be in first place.
I know, dude. That's what I'm saying.
It's insane. And
I actually believe that if the Bengals finish even 8-9, they might be able to still win the division.
Imagine if they win those next two games. Their last three games are the Dolphins, the Cardinals, and the Browns.
And Joe, they were dead in the water. A few weeks ago, they were dead in the water. The worst defense in the league.
I don't think one will win.
Look at them now.
Yeah,
it's been a weird year.
It has.
Can you imagine the Bengals hosting a playoffs game?
Dude.
8-9 hosting a playoff game. Not quite as egregious as what was Seattle that year? 7-9.
7-9.
Hey, Marshawn Lynch had the greatest moment in the history of the NFL that season. So
I remember
something like that.
What was it? 2008.
Yeah.
And San Diego Chargers at the time were 8-8. They beat the 12-4 Colts.
Yep.
The 11-5 Patriots had to stay home.
Yep.
And those are the breaks. Now it's a little more avoidable because of the extra playoff spot where
Yeah.
these things don't happen quite as frequently.
Yeah.
And I know the competition committee has talked about, hey, winning your division shouldn't guarantee you a whole game. I'm
Right.
okay with that
Yeah.
because if that's the case, then there should be no divisions. You just go by conferences.
Yeah. You win your division, you get a home game. Like it's
regardless of how bad.
Following like the college route where nothing matters. Like I don't know why we have conferences. Does matter. None of it matters.
I would, I agree with it. I think the team. I'm kind of like iffy because remember that year when the Patriots went 11-5 and they didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, that was the Matt Castle season.
That was Matt Castle.
Yeah, and the Matt Castle, and I'm like, that shouldn't happen, man.
And you had the 8-8 Chargers hosting a playoff game, and they actually won.
They actually won, right? So that I'm like iffy on it. I feel you win your division, that should mean something.
That was a season I try to forget because I think that was one of the Giants' best chances to go back to back.
That's when
their history.
14-2, I think. I mean, next year.
Yeah, Plaxico Burr's second. Those last 5 games of the year, everything imploded.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely interesting if you get rid of the divisions and just do top 7 in the conference. I mean, you might as well do that for all sports then. Like, look at hockey. You got 4 separate divisions.
Hockey,
top 3 gets in, then you have 2 wildcard teams.
Hockey's weird because I remember the COVID season where they put some teams in the East on the West. It was a weird situation that year where Montreal made the Stanley Cup Finals, but they weren't even in their right conference because they kind of moved them for that 1 year.
Yep.
That was weird.
I was just going to say, though, like what Johnny is just saying, I kind of wouldn't mind. You have the AFC and the NFC, and there's 2 divisions in each one.
I would like that.
You know what I mean? So then,
East,
like,
West, or North, South, either one.
Yeah, and then just have it.
Yeah.
Or just hell, you know what? Here's a better idea. Rearrange it every year. Like,
that'd be wild. Well, what would be interesting is if you kind of play up similar to what soccer does.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, could you imagine? Everyone would watch that. The NFC East is going to be paired with, and then they pull out the little ball.
That would be crazy. It'd be bad if you're a bad team and every time they pull a team out, you're playing somebody that's like 8-0 or 9-0. You're like, and you're on their field. You're like, gosh, we're never gonna win.
That would be, yeah.
But
I just had to look at that season, by the way, because I was thinking the Matt Castle year. There was also another big thing that year, because when I was in college, that was the year that Lions went 0-16, and I had they drafted Stafford. They drafted Stafford the following year, and at our apartment we hung up this banner. We lived at like the bottom of this hill on the campus. We had this banner, and it was like "We Believe" with a big Lions logo. And Stafford got his first win. They went 2-14. Stafford's first year, and I remember it was like a blown punt return, fumble recovery that the Lions took back. Like, that's how they won the game. And I don't remember if they were playing like the Ravens or whatever, but it ended like some 20-some game losing streak.
That's wild because I remember Dan Campbell's first year. He was going through it, and Dan Campbell almost got fired before the team got good.
Yeah.
He was close to getting fired.
Yeah.
That was right after the trade, right?
I believe so, yes.
Well, they turned that around.
Oh, I did want to say something about what Joe said about the divisions. I think that's good because it's just like the NBA.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean this.
Yeah, the NBA is starving for doing something different, like introducing this NBA Cup now.
Yeah, that's garbage. I
don't care for it. The whole play-in series thing. I'm like, dude, the top 8 make it. Enough of this nonsense.
That was all for LeBron, man, and to make sure he got in there.
Speaking of LeBron, his streak is over.
I just see it just popped up on my phone.
It is?
Yep.
The 10 points or better, 2,900 whatever games, it has come to an end.
Good.
A good day. A good day.
That's a good day.
Yeah, it was crazy. He had a chance to hit the 10-point shot, and they told him to pass it to Bronny.
Oh, better day.
I'm just kidding. I just made
it. Look,
That would be funny as hell.
hey, Joe G, if that was true, I bet. Look here, I gotta log off, y'all. I gotta go to Facebook and troll. I'm
Two
telling
men are smiling. Two men are smiling right now. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to smile right now. Actually, I shouldn't smile right now. This is terrible, but I'm laughing. CeeDee Lamb has walked off the field after suffering what appears to be a concussion.
Oh,
Should be laughing.
But you know what? You know what, Joe G? It is December. And you know what Dallas does in December. So I'm not laughing, but it is December and Dallas always, you know. So.
that could be problematic. Fantasy playoffs are next week.
I went 200, so I'm good.
It's all right. I've only been playing fantasy for I don't know how many years, and I have never allowed a Cowboy to grace my rosters.
You know, Joe, why'd you say that? Hey,
what? That's the truth. I ain't rooting for the cow. Like, who am I sit there and watch Dallas and root for him? Like, oh yeah.
You know what? Listen, check it out. I had that. That's why when I played fantasy, I would not draft a Cowboy. So last year, I said, you know what? I'm gonna draft Dak Prescott. I started out the gate 4-0, first place. My loyalty to the New York Giants came into effect. I kicked his ass out. Didn't win another game the rest of the season.
Yeah, but you get to that point, right? Like, you get to the where Dallas is playing the Giants.
I can't root for him. I can't not root for the
How
game.
can you do that?
I can't do it. That's why I kicked them out.
I still right now bench players when they play the Eagles. I don't care who it is. I just can't do it. Like, I literally am not going to root for somebody on the other team to beat the Birds.
Nope.
So
nope.
Now Johnny knows that in a couple weeks I'm going to be a full-blown hypocrite because I will not send Josh Allen for nobody. I don't care if he runs all over us. Josh Allen is my guy, and he will be in my lineup.
Well, I just did this real quick since we were talking about splitting the NFL up.
Yeah.
What if you took the map and just cut it in half?
Yeah. Dude, straight, just take that Mason-Dixon line and throw it across.
That's it.
This looks like my kid's board game right here. We got him the state game recently.
You got the North versus the South.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
That's it. The North versus the South.
I think you could make it work if you went evenly across the country. You could probably wind up with 16 on the North, 16 on the South.
But you know what?
And we're gonna put Buffalo in the Canadian division.
But you know what? The North is gonna win just like we won the war because you know. We got Eagles up there, you know. We got New England up there.
Look at this.
Seattle. We got Detroit. We got Chicago. We got.
I see what Johnny did. He snuck Kansas City in there too.
Yeah, I'm going to
geography with the sports
card. I like what you're doing there, Johnny.
I was trying to say we got Kansas City.
Snuck them in there, man.
Denver's right on the border, so they could go both ways.
Like, oh, it's weird how that line was told.
This is pretty awesome. Like, I don't know if we're talking about football anymore, if we're looking for electoral votes. This is great.
Yeah, for real, man. We bringing back the Civil War, man.
This is
just think it might be Dallas' only time they can make a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Well, Dallas plays in the East, so make that make sense. It never will.
Well, remember the Falcons used to play in the West.
And, well, the Cardinals used to play in the East, too.
They did, too. Yeah, they did, too.
The Seahawks used to play in the AFC.
Yeah.
Isn't Denver, Colorado on the, like, northern part?
It's on the northern, yeah. Yeah.
So you got them in there, too?
Denver's right on the line.
I thought the Rocky Mountains would be a little more rocky.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy because remember that the Saints once played in the division with the Giants before they got the NFC East. So I think Dallas played in the Western Division. It was Eastern Division and Western Division. New Orleans was in the East. Dallas was in the West.
Dallas was with the Cardinals, right?
Huh?
Because at one wasn't Dallas with the Cardinals? Because at some point the Cardinals got drug up into the East too for a while.
Yeah.
Because little known fact is that the Cardinals are actually the oldest team in the NFL.
They are.
Yeah.
Like their origins go back to Chicago, actually.
Yeah. They would. Yeah.
I was gonna say, is that what it was?
Yeah. They're the oldest team.
Like the oldest rivalry is Green Bay and Chicago, followed by Philly and New York.
Mhm.
But the oldest actual team's the Cardinals. A lot of people
Cardinals,
would
yeah.
not know that.
People don't know that.
So here you go. I pulled this up. This is 1987. It's probably kind of hard to read, so I'll make it bigger.
I just opened up my thing.
Central,
look at this.
Browns, in the AFC Central, Browns, Oilers, Steelers, Bengals.
That's correct. Yes. And the
East,
Colts.
Patriots, Dolphins, Bills, Jets.
The final year of that alignment, Johnny, was the first time that Brady and Peyton played each other. That was the only time they played each other twice in the regular season. It was the final year of that
99.
for the alignment and the realignment, and that was the year that Bledsoe got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So then you
Go
look at-
to 68.
Can I go back? Oh, yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Let's see.
They
Central.
was St. Louis. Yeah,
Oh,
the Cardinals were in
so.
St. Louis.
Yeah,
The Coastal. Look at this.
Baltimore Colts.
LA Rams, San Fran,
That's
Atlanta.
wild.
Yeah, Atlanta. Yeah, Atlanta used to be out there, dude. It's crazy. You see what the Oilers are? Houston.
East.
Mhm. Yeah,
I think the most. Yeah.
yeah, dude. I'm the OG on the panel. Trust me, I remember all of this stuff. I was a kid for this though. I was like 4 years old. So
Because I remember, right? I remember it was this. I mean, we're back in the 60s here. I'm talking like in the 90s, right? It was Eagles, Cowboys, Giants,
Cardinals.
Redskins, Cardinals.
Yep.
That's right. The Cardinals
Right?
were in the East until realignment.
Yeah.
As a
St.
matter
Louis.
of fact,
But I thought the Cardinals were.
Hmm?
When was it? Because didn't Emmitt Smith play for the
Yeah.
Cardinals this season in that division?
Yeah, his last 2 years, I think it was. Yeah,
Yeah, they were still in. Okay,
it was still in the division. Yeah.
because I remember that like when Emmitt went back to Dallas, it was.
what
they were
year was that?
division
Was that like 01 or was that after that?
Nah,
Yeah, I was
think
thinking
that's before that.
2000, but I think you're right.
Like
I think
2000, something like that. Yeah.
Worse than that one. I'm looking real quick. 99?
It might have been somewhere around there.
Because there's the Patriots and Colts, 99.
Yeah.
That would have been Brady's rookie year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, technically, Brady was a rookie in 2000.
He was on it.
Yeah.
There you go. He would have been in that one.
Yeah, that's when they took the Cardinals out. Oh no, there they go. They're right there. My bad.
Still on the
Cardinals.
mound.
So where are we?
Yeah, what the
Yeah,
hell
we know
going on
who's
with Philly?
They kicked you guys out of the league that year? What's going on?
They must have kicked them out for that year.
What year is that?
99. So we would have
99.
finished last.
99. We were definitely chunky.
Yeah,
They gave the Eagles program the death penalty that year.
right.
Probably did, man.
Eagles made the NFC title game in 99, did they
He
not?
erased, he erased
Nope.
all the records. Nah.
No,
I'll put
that's
Southern
McNabb's year. That was McNabb's rookie season. We were trash. Dougie Peterson was our quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, I'm thinking of the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers played the Rams that year. Greatest show on turf.
Was that season?
Yeah, 99 was the Rams and the Bucks.
In the Bucks.
Then the Rams went on to beat
The Titans, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
On what's his face, not stretching out an extra guy.
Dyson.
Yeah. He rolled
Kevin
over.
Dyson.
Tried to roll over.
And a
Nah,
guy came out of the grocery store and won the Super Bowl.
Right. That was crazy, dude.
There goes former Giants great Kurt Warner.
Yeah.
Man.
Great for 9 games.
Yeah.
Hey, isn't it crazy to think some dude out of a checkout line at a grocery store was in the Super Bowl more recently than the Cowboys?
I love it.
That is pretty remarkable.
I love
And,
it. I love it, man. I love it. Look, hey,
Man,
so,
I had to do it. I had to do
Actually,
it.
An undrafted rookie, Victor Cruz, blows out his knee in 2010, comes back and sets the Giants single season record. That's another. I always said that if they made a movie
Mhm.
out of like an underdog kind of player, I mean, they already did that with Warner. Mixed reviews on that movie, but I thought Victor Cruz would be an interesting guy to play.
But just
So
like
Lamb is out with a
all-time,
concussion.
like
Yeah.
Giants team where every position just has some weird thing about him. Like You got a dude who shot himself, a dude who blew his fingers off with fireworks, a guy working at a grocery store. Who else we got?
Yeah,
Who's out there?
we have a guy who is arguably the greatest defensive player of all time, but he also headlined WrestleMania.
LT. He
Yeah, man. Beat Bam Bam Bigelow, the Beast of the East, Asbury Park, New Jersey.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You guys have had some very special players.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we got
You guys have also been in the Super Bowl.
Rosie Greer.
recently.
Rosie Greer was security detail for RFK.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. We had some
Emlyn Tunnel
characters, man.
Emlyn Tunnel. Emlyn Tunnel, first African American inducted into the Hall of Fame, Pro Football Hall of Fame.
And he had to hitch a ride on a fruit truck to get there.
Number two in all-time interceptions behind Paul Krause.
You sure?
Yeah, man.
I mean, that's a character at least 1 year. I mean, look at Teddy Bridgewater, coaching high school football and then gets kicked out of high school and now is backup quarterback in Tampa Bay.
No, you definitely have some strange ones. I think there's nothing stranger than the Washington quarterback who was released from jail too early and he was on Monday Night Football. You cannot make that shit up.
Can't make it up, man.
Who's it?
This was during the replacement season. I believe it's 87.
Okay, I was like, this isn't like a recent thing, is it?
No.
About 87.
That's wild.
Yeah, he played it. He played in Arlington, lit up the Cowboys, and then the next day went back to.
He would.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. That's great. I'm just trying to think of how that goes down. You're like the Raiders head coach, and you're like, we only have any wide receivers left. Warden, I need Ruggs for one game, and you can take him back. I just need one game. I need a wide receiver, please.
Well, funny story about the Raiders. John Madden, ahead of their Super Bowl, was so nervous that he wanted to get to the game, and he accidentally left some of his players behind. So Raider fans who were in traffic were collecting Raider players to take them to the game.
I remember that.
The Raiders are another team that's kind of dubious going into Super Sunday. You remember Barrett Robbins had that gunfight with Dade County? That was pretty terrific.
Yeah.
On the eve of the Super Bowl.
These were crazy, man. Those guys. Oh, Al Davis, the original Jerry Jones.
Even I'm going through the list right now. Even Oakland's been in a Super Bowl more recently than Dallas.
Yeah.
I was trying to add them up. I'm like, how many teams have actually been to the Super Bowl since Dallas was relevant last?
Quite a few. I mean, since Dallas last made it,
we're going up on the 30-year anniversary.
Yes, sir.
The Patriots won 6 and are tied for the lead. So basically, when Dallas won their last Super Bowl, the Patriots didn't even have a Super Bowl win yet.
Nope. 27-16.
Last time Dallas won the Super Bowl, I turned 9 years old, okay?
My sister was born that day.
They won on my 9th birthday, so that's why I still tell everyone to this day that birthday does not exist.
My little sister was born that day, and she's actually a big Packer fan, so, I always find that kind of amusing how, since my sister came to be, the Cowboys have not been out of the second round. That's an interesting. Tupac and Biggie were still alive.
Mm-hmm.
The yellow line was introduced that year. The first down yellow line. That was the same year that John Madden jumped over to Fox.
Cowboy fans about to be like, man, why y'all hating on us, man?
I guess it's a long time.
Cordell was still Slash.
Let's see, hold on.
I was hoping I could just, I was hoping Google AI would help me out here. All it says is over 20 different NFL teams have been in the Super Bowl.
Well, we can figure out the ones who haven't been. The Texans haven't been.
Yeah, but they weren't.
The Jaguars haven't been.
They weren't a team either. That's not fair.
Well, actually, the Jaguars' inaugural year
Wasn't it the
was the
next
last
season?
time the Cowboys won.
Yeah.
Was that? Were they 95 or were they 96?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, that
they
was
came
like-
in that very next season,
I was gonna say,
96.
96 was the expansion year.
And
Yeah,
the
so
funny-
96, the Jaguars and Panthers came in
Mhm.
because
Yeah,
the Panthers actually beat the Cowboys the next year.
You know the funny
So
thing about that, the Jaguars, they lost. They went 13-3. The only team that beat them was Tennessee, twice in the season, and then in the playoffs. Ain't that something?
Yeah. And
Crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The New York Yankees won the World Series that year too.
Yes, we did.
96.
that was my yes, that was my first time seeing the Yankees win the World Series.
Mhm.
They won my senior year of high school. They won my
Mhm.
first year of college.
Yeah, I loved
And
it.
they
Man.
won,
That was a good year for me.
Oh, me and Richie were later. We're looking like twins. Hey, my friend Doris asked him if we're twins.
No, but he's my brother though.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, you never know.
Turnpike twins.
Kentucky won the NCAA men's basketball championship over Syracuse.
I'm looking at this. So we got the Panthers and the Jags.
Yep. Chris Winkie.
Houston
Wow.
came about, right? And then the Titans came back. So I guess we'll count that as a new team.
Yeah.
And
The
that was pretty
Raiders-
stupid of
Raiders
Houston. Why
moved.
would you give up the Oiler name?
I don't even know. And they still got the same colors. Just keep the name.
So stupid.
Tennessee Oilers. Because I mean they were the Oilers for like the first 2 years, I think. And then they switched to the Titans.
That was such a terrible thing. Just keep the name.
Just keep the
Like the
name.
Browns at least were smart enough to do that. They kept their name.
Yeah. Well, they forced what was the owner they had?
Art
Art
Modell.
Modell.
Yeah, they forced him to give up the colors though, because he was moving
That's
to
right.
Baltimore, and they was like, "Nah, dude, you're gonna leave the NFL trophies here and the colors. You're starting Baltimore fresh."
They
So,
were on the shelf for 96, 97, 98. They came back in 99.
yeah, it came back
Yep.
worse.
The year they got Tim Couch.
But
Okay.
Okay.
The Eagles would have had them one overall pick, but Cleveland was the expansion team. So
yeah,
they took Tim Couch and the Eagles got McNabb.
they came
That's
back
right.
worse, man. They were better before they moved to Baltimore. Now they're worse than they were, man.
Yeah, Carolina and Jacksonville came into the league in 95. So the
Mhm.
year that Dallas won, because then Baltimore was the next year.
Bill Parcells Patriots in year 2, beat Tom Coughlin's Jaguars, and Mike Holmgren beat Dom Capers. Dom Capers later helped Green Bay win a Super Bowl as their coordinator.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
man.
was
Aaron
Aaron's
Rodgers.
quarterback. Yep.
That's right. Dom Capers was part of that.
His one Super Bowl that apparently made him the GOAT.
Yeah, man. So many squandered opportunities. When you consider that Green Bay had Favre break the consecutive game streak at the quarterback position, so you had him forever, basically. And then you have Rodgers forever, and you only have a Super Bowl each. That's hard. That's hard to understand. A lot of missed opportunities for Green Bay over the years. Favre in general. I mean, Favre gave one away when he was Minnesota's quarterback. His
He won away
selfishness-
against Philly to 1 year.
Hey man,
He
4th
sure
and
did.
26.
He sure did.
Well,
Mhm.
not even that. When he threw the interception, they lobbed the ball up there to try to get to Robert Ferguson in overtime.
He gift wrapped the NFC title game to the Giants in 07, 08. He threw that right at Corey Webster.
And the
Hey,
funny
I'm
thing
I'm
is,
glad he did because that game was amazing to watch.
Well, truthfully,
That Super Bowl was amazing.
if the Giants don't beat the Packers, the Patriots go 19-0.
Mhm.
They would have beaten anybody else in the NFC. The Giants were their kryptonite.
well, the thing I found, 95, Boy was the MVP. Offensive rookie was Curtis Martin. Defensive rookie of the year was Hugh Douglas.
Hugh Douglas. Wow.
Offensive player of the year, Brett Favre. AP defensive player, Bruce Pop, whoever that was.
Bryce
Oh,
Pop. I
no,
remember
Bryce
him.
Pop. He Buffalo, right?
He played with Green Bay and Detroit as well.
And
Forgot about
passing, they were Brett Favre only had 4,413 yards.
Wow.
That was the goal back there was like 4,000. Now it's 5,000. It's crazy.
Yeah,
That was in
different game for
95,
sure.
you
More
said?
violent game back then.
Yeah, they knock you
That
out
was
back
95.
then. You get knocked out easily. Shoot.
Is that
Yeah.
the year that we played Detroit in the playoffs, or was it the following year when Rodney Pete went off against Barry?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was like 55-20 or something. It's probably the best game Rodney Pete had in his career.
No.
I don't remember if it was that
Probably
year or the
beat that.
following year.
Well, my ticket just died with CeeDee Lamb's concussion. I needed a score out of him tonight. Good fantasy day, though. The good news for me, I just thought about this. He's in concussion protocol, but he has until the Sunday after this Sunday, so he'll be all right. He should be good for the fantasy playoffs.
Yeah.
It's
2019. What a weird game. Let's see. The Buffalo Bills 10-6 that year. Miami, Indianapolis 9-7. Patriots 6-10. Jets 3-13.
what else?
San Diego Chargers. Just looking at what we.
No, it was the
I wish they
San
go back
Diego
to San Diego, man.
Superchargers. Okay.
Yeah, in the Arizona Cardinals were in the East
Chris
side.
Chris Berman to be like San Diego Superchargers.
Yeah, I used to love that.
I used to love watching that every Sunday night prime time. Watch those guys doing all the games.
Whenever the Giants would do a trick play, tricky Giants.
I just saw when he'd be like, "Whoop!" and he cuts the guy.
Oh man.
Big cut, go. Oh.
Yeah, Berman definitely had the best one-liners. Maurice Jones-Drew, Olivia Newton-John, that was awesome. Yeah, he always had the best one-liners, you know, just murdering people's names. Yeah, Berman's the best.
It was awesome.
Let's test Joe's knowledge real quick. Joe, so Eagles made the wild card that year. They were a home team versus this team. We won. Do you remember who it was?
What's that again? What's the question?
The Eagles made the playoffs in 1995 as a wild card team.
That's what I'm saying. It was the Lions game,
I think that was the Lions, yeah.
The
What?
Loomis Brown guarantee.
and he spanked. That's what I'm saying. That was the game Rodney P went off.
Mm-hmm. Who was the starting quarterback for the Detroit Lions that year? Do you remember?
Scotty Mitchell.
Yeah, gotta be Mitchell.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, Scott. That's the one I could think of. Scott Mitchell.
Gotta be Mitchell, number 19. And Herman Moore was the wide receiver one.
Yep.
If you gotta see, I don't know. Well, I'm sure there were lines for the game back then, but like I remember the Lions were heavily favored to win that game, and Rodney Pete was like, "I'm gonna do it, boys."
Well, Loomis Brown guaranteed Detroit was going to come into Philly and kick ass.
Oh yeah.
I just
Lomas Brown, member of the 2000 Giants.
I gotta see. I'm trying to find the. Rodney Pete had to have had at least 300 yards passing in that
I'll
game.
tell you, I'm looking at it right here. I'll pull it up.
Right, yeah, I got it.
Let's see. No, good old game at Veterans Stadium. Let's see. Rodney Pete, 17-25, 270 yards, and 3 touchdown passes.
We were wrong, dude. It was Don Mikowski.
The Magic.
Oh, wow.
No, Don Minkowski came in after they benched Scott Mitchell.
Yeah.
Because Scott Mitchell threw 4 interceptions in the first quarter.
That makes sense. I was like, yeah, 23 passes doesn't seem like a lot, but now that I see that there were 6 interceptions thrown in that game.
Jesus.
And 3 of them, I think, were returned for pick sixes.
Ouch.
Fred Barnett, 8 receptions, 109 yards, and a tutty.
Barry Wilburn. No, I thought there was another one. William Thomas. There's 2.
Wow.
I think it was 2.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there were six. There were 6 interceptions by 6 different people.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's insanity.
That was a wild
Yeah.
game, dude.
At halftime, it was 38-7 Philly.
I'm liking
I was
this.
gonna
This
say,
is stuff
yeah.
that I actually forgot about, but now I'm remembering.
I remember we were destroying them, and then I think it was like, all right, we took the foot off the gas, and The final score was 58-37.
I got a dubious one for you. The 1997 playoffs, New York Giants were up by 2 scores late against the Minnesota Vikings. Keith Hamilton and Michael Strahan in the middle of a play are punching each other. And Randall Cunningham connected, I think, with Chris Carter. But yeah, to put it bluntly, the Giants blew, I think, an 11 or 12-point lead with about 3 minutes left. And we were headed to Lambeau. That's where the story would have ended, but I was fired up because, my old man was a diehard Packer fan, and I was looking forward to Giants and Packers, finally meeting. It would have been the first time since the NFL championship.
I love Randall.
Yeah, you know what? He's one of my favorite. Like I got a list of people, rival players that I like, and he's one of them. Like he's one of the guys who I'll actually get a jersey of.
I remember
Randall Cunningham?
He dated Whitney Houston during the '90s season. I guess her and Bobby Brown were on the outs for a little while.
If I ever finally get the basement done down here, I have a signed, framed Randall Cunningham jersey that will be hanging up behind me when we do these shows. So.
No, definitely a guy who changed the position. My most memorable Randall Cunningham play has to be that '90 season. They lost the game, but that bomb that he threw at Barnett in Buffalo,
dude, oh my god, yeah,
that was insane.
Yeah.
After he ran about 40 yards back and forth,
almost end zone to end zone.
Yeah, he was the first player whose name I knew on the Eagles. A little kid watching them play. It was the first jersey I had was a Cunningham jersey.
Yeah, we won the Super Bowl that year, but that
jerseys with like the big letters that ripped off.
Our worst loss that year. Our biggest, most convincing loss that year was the game in Philly where Eagles beat us. I think it was like 31-13. We ended up winning the Super Bowl that year, but I do distinctly remember the Eagles kicking our ass in that second matchup.
Who was Sims the quarterback back then?
In that game, yes. Sims got hurt, oddly enough, against Buffalo. And then Buffalo loses to Sims' backup, Hostetler, in Super Bowl 25. Buffalo beat the Giants in New Jersey. But then fast forward to Tampa about 6-7 weeks later, Giants won the Super Bowl.
Because the missed field goal?
The missed field goal. But
yeah,
I still think the most heroic play of that game, Jeff Hostetler somehow not fumbling the ball in the end zone when he was getting sacked for the safety. That's the difference. That would have buried the Giants early. Giants were down 12-3 going into halftime. Stephen Baker, the touchdown maker, I actually hung out with him at a Giants tailgate. Excellent person. But that touchdown that brought it within 12-10, and then you factor in that the 12 was the Hostetler safety that could have been a touchdown, that saved the game. There are a lot of other moments. I mean, I'll be honest, guys. If they play that game 10 times, I think Buffalo wins it 8 times. That was the best Buffalo team they ever had, by far. Like, that team was the goods.
Oh, it was like Kelly, right? And didn't they go 4 years in a row?
Yeah, that was year one.
They lost all 4 of them.
Lost all 4.
But that was their best chance, and that was their best team by far.
Yeah.
That
I remember that
Buffalo
offense.
Team,
that offense was tough, dude. That offense was
going into the Super Bowl, they scored, I think, like 100 points.
Yeah.
Is that like Andre Reed and like Thurman Thomas?
James Lofton, Steve Tasker, Don Beebe. Beebe's the only one that got a ring because he won one with Green Bay.
That team was loaded.
Cornelius Bennett.
Yep.
Darryl Sally, Bruce Smith, of course. Who was the backup running back? Kenneth Davis.
And he was good, though. He was fast.
Who was their offensive coordinator?
Oh, Jesus.
I'm asking for a friend because we kind of need one. I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. I can't remember. I know.
I'm going to make Joe laugh about Jeff Hostetler real quick. So, Joe, trivia question for you, and you're going to hate me for this answer. He only started 3 games for the school before transferring. Where did Jeff Hostetler start his college career at?
God, I hope it's not Temple, man.
Nope, second worst.
Penn State.
We are Penn State. Then he transferred to West Virginia.
I have never been so excited for college football. Yesterday, they announced Temple with the #1 recruiting class of the American Conference. Penn State can't get anybody to go to their school, and we play in Philly next year.
Yeah, let's tell these two what you think that you're going to do. He's going to invite me to the game to sit in front of him so he can throw stuff at the whole game. Isn't that rude?
That sounds like me.
Hey, I invited him.
That sounds like me.
I can't wait. Oh my gosh, I've been waiting for it. It's been 10 years since the last time they played at the link.
Has it really been that long? Wow.
Oh, and we spanked them. Sackenberg, baby, 10 times. And now we're getting them next year. And it's
But
gonna
yeah, to
be
your point, nobody wants to mess with Penn State.
Nope,
I mean,
everyone's going.
You know what? It's you know what? Penn State's that type of job. I mean, you got Michigan, you got freaking Ohio State. Now you got Indiana up there. You know,
yeah.
James Franklin, 11 years. He's probably been the best coach you had since Joe Paterno.
Yes, definitely
And, like,
since Joe Pop.
And
Sure.
Penn State needs to look at, like, it's going to be hard for us to overtake those the Ohio State, Michigan teams like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I would look if they need to look at, like, hey, we're in a tough conference because now we got Washington, now we got Oregon. You know, we got all those Pac-12 teams. You know, so it's got deeper. So they got to be like, look, we got to get a coach. Like, let this coach.
Did you hear who's linked to Penn State?
I thought I saw the Iowa State guy.
Oh yeah, he's
He's
been
linked
there.
to-
I expect that guy. He's been there since what? Like, he's been about 11 years, 10 years. But Iowa's coach been there.
Brian
like
Dable
20.
was linked to Penn State.
Yep.
Yeah, he is. He is.
And what's even more comical, when Lane Kiffin leaving Ole Miss, Joe Judge was linked to get the bump up there. Joe Judge.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That
That
guy.
clown.
That guy.
I knew that guy was a piece of work, where he was so lazy that he still wore his old Patriot hoodies, and you could still see the indentation of the Patriot logo.
Yeah.
So he just kind of slapped the NY over it. I was like, yeah, buddy, I see what time it is. And never forget, Gettleman was a Boston guy.
This is like some cowboy shit right here, man. I don't need to live in the past. Let's look at the last couple games. How'd it go? Show me the last couple games. Ooh,
Wait,
you
wait,
barely beat us at State College. All right, let's see the game before that. 27-10, huh? Oh, yeah, look at that.
Yeah,
yeah, 27-10.
Look, nothing before that matters, okay? Temple wasn't even in a conference half those other games, so those are not impressive wins. We were literally the worst team in college football.
And what year is this?
This is all history.
This is all.
Okay.
Temple was so bad at football.
I was just pulling this up.
Us out.
Oh yeah, Temple. Yeah.
Kicked us out. The only independent schools were Notre Dame and Temple, and we weren't independent by choice.
Yeah.
We're independent because we suck.
Yeah, you know, Temple, I didn't really pay attention to Temple except for basketball, you know, until Ray Rice came out. I was like, oh, okay, Temple. Okay.
John Chaney era.
John Chaney,
John
and
Chaney's my
John
boy.
Calipari.
Calipari
I'm gonna
was
kill
there,
you.
yeah.
I'm gonna kill you.
You see that?
Whoa!
Oh shit!
Whoa!
Very
Oh
nice.
yeah, that's what's up. That's
My
the
boy.
man.
It sits here. Yeah, it looks at me every day. John Chaney
Man.
is literally.
I
like
remember when he was gonna choke John Calipari.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
gonna kill you.
Told me I'd kill him in the parking lot. That's when I knew I was going to Temple.
I was going.
That's when John Chaney snapped and started acting like John Kreese.
John Chaney is the greatest
Terrible.
thing that ever happened in North Philadelphia.
Yeah,
Johnny knows the story. He is one of the two I say professional athletes, right? But one of the two sports figures whose death made me cry.
Oh really?
Yeah.
And it came almost a year after the first person who made me cry,
Dang.
which was Kobe.
Yeah. Kobe hit me, dude. I
Yeah,
was
that
at
hit me.
work, man.
Me
And,
too,
Yeah,
I
I-
was working. And I
yeah,
never
I was
worked
all-
Sundays, but I worked that day.
Yeah, I was at work, man. I was getting ready to get off, and the chef that was coming to relieve me came in. I said, "What's going on, man?" He said, "Man, the first thing I wake up to is Kobe died." I was like, "What?" And I looked. I was like, "Oh my goodness!" And
I was at Brett's place. I was working with him. That's when I had that as a second gig.
Dude, when we announced it in the restaurant, people just broke down. We cut it on the TVs and everything, and people in the restaurant just crying.
We had a signed plate, a signed Kobe Bryant plate behind the host stand in Chef Art Smith's homecoming. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
that day was weird.
Hard.
I mean, the crazy thing, I hopped on a plane going to California the next day. I was heading out to California that year for my birthday.
Yeah.
That happened on Sunday. I flew out Monday. The amount of LA Kobe Bryant jerseys I saw flying out to LA that day was nuts.
Our first podcast, when it was still the Jordan Patrick show, was right after we lost Kobe. Yeah,
I was trying to remember. Johnny, do we have our chat going at that point or not? Because
more than likely, yeah.
Because Mike, I just remember getting a text in the morning from Mike. It was just like Kobe Bryant died. That was it. And I was like, "What are you talking about, dude? Like what?" And then you went on the news. It was like right there on the front page of ESPN.
A lot of misinformation those first couple of hours too, because there were some reports that Rick Fox was on that helicopter as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then there was like they didn't know if his daughter was on there, not on there. And then they realized
that was the hardest part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I gotta say something, man. Vanessa Bryant, when I think about her composure and her strength for Kobe's Hall of Fame speech, all I could say is he would have been incredibly proud because she spoke on the level of somebody that was in the league for 2 decades like Kobe was. Like the way that she just spoke about him, the man, him, the player, all the poundings and the beatings he took, what he stood for, never purposely taking a game off because talking about the father and the son who might only be able to afford to see him once. That was the kind of dude Kobe was. And, a philanthropist, truly, the man spoke multiple languages, grew up in Italy, son of an NBA player, Jelly Bean Bryant. He was actually in the building as a little infant when Magic Johnson won his first NBA game with Kareem his rookie year. Baby Kobe was in the building. Unbelievable.
Then the infamous trade for Waddy Divac. Imagine he wound up playing actually for Charlotte instead of getting traded to the Lakers.
That was grand larceny, and Jerry West was already tampering with bringing Shaq over because they had the lockout. They were at a golf event, and that's how Jerry West started spitting to Shaq what his vision was. We got this kid Kobe Bryant. In a few years, we think that he could be comparable to like Michael Jordan down the road. He's going to be, bring him up slowly. They had Van Exel and Eddie Jones in that backcourt during that time. But they needed to move Divac to make room for Shaq. That was insane. And can you imagine if Magic, because remember he made that little baby comeback? Yeah. That would have been cool if he would have hung around. I think it might have expedited the winning in LA.
Hey fellas,
Magic wasn't the same player.
I gotta sign out because I'm doing a thing that I gotta get it done before 11 o'clock. And I don't want to be distracted and have my eyes down all the time. Like, what's this guy doing? Is he sleeping? Is he high? No, I'm not.
I'm just happy you're awake tonight for your show.
Abdul Carter in a meeting. No, Biggs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. See, I'm looking down, right? And I keep looking up. I'm like, man, it looks like I'm sleeping. I mean, I'm working on some paperwork, But yo, thanks for the show. Thanks for the time. I'll see y'all. I would say go Giants, but
they're going somewhere.
Yeah,
Cancun to the NFL draft. At least we can't lose this week.
But exactly, yeah. Just in time for the bye. How about y'all?
Yeah, I was just about to say, I remember, because I played basketball all through school and everything, and you heard Kobe's name in the paper because he's out Lower Merion. He's just, tearing up all of Southeast Pennsylvania, and everybody.
Hold up, time out.
Uh,
I'm gonna leave this up because I want to listen to the show still. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go on mute and everything else. So y'all do y'all thing.
I'll leave you in studio. So
Yeah, we'll leave you right there so we can watch you do your thing. Just kidding. I was just say, like, I remember when I remember like all the hype because everybody at that time like wanted the Sixers. The Sixers had the #1 pick, and everybody wanted Kobe in Philly.
Yes.
Because he was like this hot kid. Everybody knows who he is, and I think about like like when McNabb got drafted and everybody wanted Ricky Williams, right?
Yes.
So they just boo McNabb. Like Iverson was this close to being the Donovan McNabb of that draft because like we took Iverson. Nobody, I mean, people knew of Iverson, but it was like, oh, like you really wanted Kobe. Now you look back and I'm like, Iverson's my favorite Sixer ever. But
I'll be honest though.
right? But it's like, but Kobe in Philly, that's why that championship meant so much to the city of Philadelphia, even though we lost, like for Iverson to go to LA and get
Winning
a win,
game 1 in the fashion he did.
That cemented him in Philadelphia.
Absolutely. And the iconic stepping over Ty Lue. But this is something interesting, at least my opinion anyway. You know how Kobe was kind of a late bloomer and they brought him up slowly, as I mentioned, that backcourt, proven guys. You had Nick Van Exel, you had Eddie Jones, you also had Cedric Ceballos for a
Eddie
minute.
Jones, another Philly guy. Let's go. Temple.
That's correct. That's
Sorry.
correct. But this is my thing. If the Sixers would have drafted Kobe, I think there's a possibility that he might have burned out and it might have been a bad situation for the organization and Kobe one and the same. Because if you remember during that era where kids were getting thrown into the fire right away, a lot of things went wrong. Like you look at a Chris Webber, he didn't really hit his peak until like year 6, 7 when he started maturing as a player, and he got traded a lot. Garnett kind of hot out of the gates, but when you look at it then, and then they started changing things. Where you can't jump out of high school.
Yeah.
Weird time, but I'm not sure if Kobe would have had that same success if he would have started as the big dog in Philly right away. And who would he have been playing with? He would have played with Stackhouse, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it's actually a great point because I mean, if you think about it, like the Lakers weren't really all that good.
No,
at that time.
They were an entertaining team.
Yeah, and then when he he came over, he had the contentious relationship he had with Shaq his whole time, but like the reality was, those first couple of years of them playing together, like Shaq could kind of protect Kobe.
Yeah, sure.
Because you knew if you miss a shot, Shaq's getting a rebound.
Because I remember when Shaq first came to LA and he was big with the Reebok product, that nobody even talked about Kobe on any level yet because he was just kind of like a novelty on the bench. Nobody really knew what was going to be the deal with him.
Yeah.
But I remember Van Exel and Shaq were both Reebok athletes. And, Shaq would always mention Van Exel in the commercials because Van Exel, prior to Shaq, was their most marketable player during that era.
Yeah.
And then, you bring in Shaquille O'Neal. I personally think that that trade ultimately had to happen because Kobe was never going to grow into the player he was going to be, having to constantly defer to Shaq. And truth be told, Shaq will admit it now, he was kind of selfish and he actually held back Kobe one and the same because Shaq had a big ego and Kobe had to kind of defer to him in a lot of ways. And it's not so much that Kobe was a me first player. I think he got a bad rap early on, but Kobe was that dude similar to how Jordan was that dude. You get certain players that are just flat out killers, and those two guys fall into that category. Generationally speaking, if Jordan is at the top of the mountain in terms of what he does, Kobe's not far behind. I mean, you do an all-time top 10 list, you can go a lot of different ways. Some people will have Duncan ahead of Kobe because of the winning he did and because he was always the main guy. Some people punish Kobe
Yeah.
because he was the number 2 for a little while. But no matter how you slice it, even if he's on the lower end, Kobe's got to be in the top 10.
I still, the argument all the time, like if you gotta take one final shot in a game to win, and you can have any player ever take that shot. I'm picking Kobe every day
Oh, absolutely.
over anyone ever. Like,
No, to be frank with you, I would probably take Kobe over MJ in that
I'm just
situation.
saying, like, and I'm not saying I'm definitely like the whole MJ LeBron argument is so hard. Like, I'm definitely one of the more cop out, like, two different eras of basketball,
Sure.
and like, but I will argue. I'll say, yeah, and Michael Jordan, LeBron, they're in a league of their own. I don't know if Kobe is in that league, but to me, if I could have anybody take the final shot of a game, it's Kobe.
My thing is this: winning is the ultimate stat to me, and as far as I'm concerned, Jordan and Kobe in a shorter amount of time did more winning than LeBron. And there even guys when you look at LeBron's era, a lot of guys ate on LeBron's watch, whether it be Steph Curry not now, but a little bit ago, whether it be Tim Duncan, Dirk got him head up. There's a lot of ways to look at it. And as Michael Jordan goes, he got knocked on his ass in the 80s. He had to go through the bad boy Pistons. The
Yep.
Celtics owned him. But once he finally beat the Pistons, he was at the pinnacle. And the only series that Michael Jordan lost after winning an NBA Finals was the year against Orlando, where they lost Horace Grant that offseason to Orlando. They didn't have Dennis Rodman yet. And I think Jordan was still getting back into basketball shape. I'm not going to make excuses for him because when you drop 55 on the Knicks in Madison Square Garden, you are back. But they didn't have enough. But the reason I say Kobe has to make any top 10 list is because there's 5 positions on the floor. If Michael Jordan is the greatest shooting guard to ever live, which he is, then Kobe's the second greatest. So however you want to slice it, Kobe has to make a top 10. I would put Tim Duncan as the greatest power forward. And number 2 is debatable, but I land on guys like Charles Barkley and Karl Malone, and I'm like, flip a coin. Small forward, LeBron James and Larry Bird. Larry Bird and LeBron James, however you want to rank it. Point guard could be a little tricky. Irvin Magic Johnson to me is the greatest point guard that ever lived. And on some people's list, as high as 3. On my list, he's actually number 2. And then center, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain. Or are we going Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaquille O'Neal? Or how much do we value winning? Because Bill Russell didn't have the offensive game for me to logically put him in the top 10. He would be more like the top 20 out of respect. But I would probably go Shaq and Jabbar. I think Shaq superseded what Wilt did.
Yeah, I'm. It's tough because, like, I mean, yeah, it's kind of, I guess, bias on this side, right? But like, the hard thing is, like, Wilt is so much earlier than the other guys that you're like,
right.
I just,
And when
I think about what he did. It's just like, man, if you could extrapolate him to the 2000s,
he would have been an animal.
And
the thing too is like, you talk about guys that revolutionized the game on certain metrics. A guy like a Scottie Pippen, who was the greatest sidekick of all time in many people's estimations, revolutionized the point forward position. Magic to a level had already done it in the 80s because Magic could play all 5 positions. That's part of the reason why I would have Magic no worse than 3 on any top 10 list, because Magic only played 12 years. I don't count that other year where he came back like 4 or 5 years later. He led the NBA all-time assist. Over 20 point scorer for the career. 9 finals appearances, 5 championships, 3 finals MVPs, a finals MVP as a rookie, playing out of position for an injured Shaquille O'Neal in a very tough place to win, which was Philly, against a damn good Sixers team. So to me, Magic Johnson could be no worse than 3. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, all-time points leader for so many years, never converted a 3-point attempt. So that was all free throws, sky hooks, putbacks, doing it the hard way. And to think that that record stood for as many years, very impressive. But I feel that when you look at that era of Lakers basketball, the Showtime Lakers, Magic Johnson was more important to their success than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar because Jabbar was there and they were not winning.
Sure. Yeah. No,
From an individual accolade standpoint, you could make an argument that Jabbar is ahead of Jordan because he was great in college, even more so than Jordan. So you can make that argument. Also a 6-time champion. But Magic, to me, what makes him so unique is the fact that he really could play 5 positions. And, the guy was a winner. And the teams he lost to were phenomenal teams. I mean, he lost to the Celtics of the 80s. Celtics are the team of any decade were it not for the Showtime Lakers. And then you had him without Jabbar. He had already retired. A rookie Vlade Divac, an injured Byron Scott. They were outclassed, outmatched by the rise of the Chicago Bulls. I would have loved to see the Showtime Lakers get at the Chicago Bulls. I think you might have had a different result.
yeah. It's like, it's tough because, like, at the end of the day, it's not. I mean, there's 5 guys on the court,
For sure.
and some of these teams, all 5 guys, at some point or in some way, like, can be argued to be in the top 50 of all time. Like,
yeah,
the
it's
entire
pretty
5.
remarkable.
And so, like, I've always wondered, right? You said Pippen's the greatest sidekick of all time. Is Jordan without Pippen?
I think Jordan could have won with other players, but I do think that Jordan had to wait.
Debatable.
I do think that Jordan had to wait for Pippen to get to that level of being a top 5 player in the league during the Bulls dynasty.
Because I think about it, same thing with like Kobe and Shaq.
Magic never won without Kareem. We could say that too.
That's what I'm. Yeah, right. So you look at. I mean, I just pulled up because I was just curious to see like scoring leaders. So you got Karl Malone's number 3. You got Malone and Stockton, right? LeBron, like, LeBron has made everybody he's played with better.
No, it's a good point.
Like, he's the only player who, and I mean, I hate to say it because I think the whole going to Miami thing was so arrogant, the way that all got played out. It was so, like, it was unnecessary, but like, I mean, I didn't even realize, it's crazy to me that LeBron has scored almost 10,000 more points than Jordan. Now, granted, Jordan tried to play baseball, but that was like what, 2?
Yeah, you're talking essentially 3 retirements.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just like,
call it a suspension and 2 retirements because David Stern wanted Michael Jordan to go away for a little while because he was bringing negative publicity to the NBA and to itself.
It's crazy when you kind of look at the top scorers all time.
Yes.
Like, I didn't even realize that Kevin Durant is only 1,300 points behind Jordan.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And then it goes into this other metric similar to football. Like, I always do the Brady and Montana thing. If Montana's drafted in 2000 and Brady's drafted in 79, I still think they're both winners. Similar to Kobe and Mike, they're almost the same friggin' player. But in a more violent NFL, there's no way that Tom Brady plays 20 plus years, which is why Joe Montana didn't play 20 plus years. And Lawrence Taylor spoke about this not too long ago, saying how he respects Tom Brady and he's great and all, but he considers Joe the GOAT because he said Joe played in an era where you had Singletary on the Monsters of the Midway, you had Reggie White on those excellent Philadelphia front sevens, you had myself and our great defenses in New York, and I never seen a guy get his ass kicked like that and be able to play at that level. And it's also like a generational clash because rules are different. Like when I see guys that are scoring now in the NBA, okay, I'll give you an example, and I might be out of pocket for saying this, but if Steph Curry played in the '90s, yeah, he's a good shooter, but I think he's Mahmoud Abdul Rauf if he plays in the '90s. I don't think
Yeah.
he's who he is in today's game. Now, LeBron, being the physical specimen that he is, yeah, he could have played in the '90s. He would have been all right.
But you're right. I mean, you think of like,
I mean,
Just-
Christ, what
just-
would
just
Jordan
the
average in today's
Pistons.
NBA?
yeah, I just think of the Pistons, right?
Sure.
The Pistons of the early '90s.
Joe
Put them
Dumont,
against-
all that.
Put them against any team today, and I don't think the Pistons make it to halftime without fouling out.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. And you could say the
Right?
same
Like I'm
thing
just
about you could say the same thing about the '90s Knicks because Riley went from Showtime to trying to make the Knicks into the New York version of the Bad Boys. Because Ewing was the one
that
elite true
Oakley
player.
just like wanting to kill
Yeah,
everybody.
Oakley, Mason. You never had that number two scorer. If Bernard King doesn't get hurt in the '80s, history's a lot more friendly to the New York Knicks. I
What
do
about like
believe that Patrick
Starks
Ewing
and Houston? I mean, those guys. The
Yeah, they came in
I
at
think the
different
early
times.
'90s was not.
The latter '90s, Ewing had the best talent around him in his whole career, but he wasn't the player he was anymore.
Yeah, for sure.
I do believe that if Ewing doesn't get hurt in '99, the Spurs were not the Spurs just yet. They didn't have Tony Parker on that team. The games were close, even though we lost 4-1. I think a healthy Ewing and a healthier Sprewell, I think the Knicks win that series.
Yeah, because that was pre-Manu, pre-Parker.
Yeah, Avery
Maybe
Johnson
Sean
actually
Elliott
hit
was
the dagger.
there.
I believe Sean Elliott was still there. Yes, Duncan Robinson. They called them the Twin Towers at the time.
Yep.
But yeah, man, history's funny how things work. Some trades that don't even get spoken on that much. Olden Polynice for Scottie Pippen. That's insanity. Penny
Yeah.
for Chris Webber because Shaq was having a conniption when they drafted Chris Webber. The Kobe Vladi one is the biggest grand larceny in the history of basketball, and no knock on Vladi Divac. He's a hell of a player. But
Yeah.
come on.
But that's one of those things like in the moment.
Portland drafts Sam Bowie in between Hakeem and Jordan.
Yeah. I
Talk
know.
about
That's
striking
kind of,
out. Can you imagine pairing Michael Jordan and Clyde Drexler? Two best shooting guards in the league would have been on the same team at the same time. One of them would have played the three.
Well, I was looking at that draft, and they made the trade of Roddy D back for Kobe, but the Lakers' actual draft pick that year was Derek Fisher.
That's correct.
Yeah.
96. That's
Yeah,
correct.
Fish was the same year. I was just
Correct.
that was actually something I was going to go back to. You made the comment about these guys are coming right out of high school, and it's kind of interesting to look at it because in 01 you had Kwame come straight out of high school, and granted, I mean he had his idol tell him he sucked,
Yeah.
So I mean it's not, I don't know any worse way to start off your NBA career, but 22, speaking of guys in Philly, I mean, you had DeJuan Wagner, who was Camden, and you had Eddie Griffin, who was in Philly. And I mean, that was the start of high school for me. And those guys were, I mean, they were having sold out high school games.
Yeah.
And DeJuan Wagner, I think, went second or third overall to the Cavs.
Yep.
Griffin went to the Rockets, I believe. And unfortunately, the pressure got to Griffin the worst way because he ended up, RIP, taking himself out. I think was it 08 or 09? I remember he and Wagner, Wagner was on the Cavs. He was supposed to be the next big thing, and then the following year he kind of got overshadowed by literally the next big thing when they took LeBron.
Yeah, and
it's crazy to see the fall off. Like,
I'll jump back on Portland for a quick second. You take Sam Bowie in between Hakeem Olajuwon at 1, Jordan at 3. Fast forward, 20 years later or so, Greg Oden.
Good.
I was gonna go 3 years prior to that. They took Sebastian Telfair.
That's right.
And that kid was a stud in high school.
Yes, he was. Lincoln High School. He and his cousin Stephon Marbury.
And they destroyed the kid. They destroyed his confidence.
Yeah,
At one point,
was loosely based on Marbury's life.
He got sent down to like the G League at one point. It was just like, you can't take this 18-year-old kid, put him in a man's game, and then tell him he sucks.
We're saying Steve Blake.
And I'm not one to give LeBron a bunch of props because I'm not a big LeBron guy, but I do respect his abilities. But you said a man's game. And when you consider that LeBron came in as a rookie and has been playing as long as he did out of high school, he was playing like a man right out of high school. And the most comparable person coming out of high school that you could compare him to is probably Moses Malone in terms of hitting the ground running. Because like I said, Kobe didn't hit the ground running. A shot in the NCAA finals made Michael Jordan's reputation what it would ultimately be in the NBA because James Worthy was the best player on that Carolina team. A lot of people forget that. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And then, you go to the 80s. Bird and Magic saved the NBA. Period. End of sentence. Those two players saved the NBA. It captivated people, working class.
You gotta give Dr. J a little bit of early.
No question. No question. Oh, by the way, speaking of Dr. J, that iconic photo in Rucker Park where he had that iconic dunk, a young Idris Salam is sitting there. I'll have Idris send you boys a photo. Idris was there at Rucker Park as a young guy.
That's awesome.
That is pretty crazy. I'm gonna ask Idris to send me a copy of that photo. I'm gonna put that in my podcast room. Yeah,
that's
Idris,
one of those
that
really
dude.
cool.
That dude's lived a lot of life. Idris has seen a lot of things, man.
I'm looking at right here. Because 95, you had Kevin Durant come out of high school, right, and he was a 5th overall pick. And as a rookie, 10.4 points and about 6 rebounds a game, almost 2 assists. I mean, solid numbers for an 18-year-old, 19-year-old kid.
It's not bad for such a young guy, but I'm telling you, man, Moses Malone and LeBron, the two guys like truly hitting it running.
Let's see Moses Malone real quick.
Unbelievable.
And I get what you're saying about just like you're talking about coming out and like year one being like just being ready, right?
Right.
Because I do think, you're gonna laugh, but I mean Dwight Howard averaged a double-double his first year out of high school, the next year.
Yeah,
and in fact, he had a double-double for like a lot of years.
I'll admit that similar to a lot of sports fans, I too irresponsibly forget Dwight Howard from time to time.
He actually, I just pulled up his thing. He averaged a double-double from his first year through 2018.
That's wild. That's wild.
No one, and like no one really talks about him a lot.
Like in terms of just like a badass rookie, but going the college route. Grant Hill was awesome straight out. Penny Hardaway. Magic Johnson goes without saying. Larry Bird. But these dudes like straight out of high school, few and far between. It's pretty remarkable. I mean, I remember the blow up for Darius Miles when he came out.
Dude, I actually have a Darius Miles jersey. the old Cavs like Reebok cut off sleeve ones. Yeah, I was hyped on Darius Mouse.
I remember my center in high school, my high school basketball team, my guy Calvin. He had a Darius Miles Clippers jersey. That was like his guy. Yeah.
Yeah, because looking at this right here, Kobe 96, 97, 18 years old, only played 71 games, started 7.6 points started. Points per game for his rookie year. He
Yeah,
didn't
they
score
were
20
very.
points or more average wise to his fourth year in the league.
You got to look at, I'm telling you, impressive stats. Look at Dwight Howard's stats, just in general. Like his rookie season, 12 points, 10 boards. Second year, 15.8, 12.5. Third year, 17.6, 12.3. Then he got to 20.7, 14.2. Like, dude was a beast.
No, Dwight Howard was nuts, especially with
No,
Orlando.
no question. No, he was remarkable. But I will say this, in keeping it in Orlando, the biggest what if in NBA history, there's two of them. If Penny and Shaq stay together, they could have been Kareem and Magic. But Penny himself, if Penny doesn't get those injuries, I wholeheartedly believe he would have gone down as the greatest point guard in the history of the league because he had the court vision like a Magic Johnson. He had the athleticism, the length, the height, the vertical. He was the total package.
He just
And
needed to put on some weight.
yeah, and,
You know?
Shaq leaving and then Penny just being marred with injuries. But I mean, you know that it's special when you're in the league with Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan not only wears your shoes, but your shoes are beating Michael Jordan's shoes, both under the same Nike umbrella.
Mhm.
The, that I mean, it's just moderately tragic when you see what happened to his career. I remember him in a Knicks jersey, and it was like so painful to watch. And little known fact, he and Shaquille O'Neal reunited briefly in Miami at the tail end of I think like the '06 or the '07
Oh,
seasons.
yeah.
Or maybe it was '05, something like that. But
You know,
those
07.
dudes, it
07.
was '07. So that might have
Yep.
been the very end of Penny Hardaway, but that's insane, dude. Like Penny and Shaq gracing the court as teammates again, but just completely different scenario because Shaq was already old. Penny was all busted up and washed. Unbelievable, man. Yeah. I
I just,
remember the playoffs against the Nets because our backcourt was Marbury and Penny. We made that deal with Phoenix. Penny had moments of brilliance in a Knicks jersey, but it was like few and far between because at that juncture of his career, he couldn't do it night in and night out. He might do
yeah,
it
his
once a
knees
week.
were shot.
It was so unfortunate because my God.
His knees were shot, and it was just like, I don't remember what the deal was. He had like just, I mean, I remember when he got drafted, and like, well, first off, he got drafted by, was it Golden State?
Yes, it was because that was
Right,
straight
and then
up.
he got traded for Weber.
That's right. That was a straight up trade for Chris Webber.
Well, I remember like some of those photos that came out when they do like the rookie photos, and like he was drowning in his jersey, like he was just so lanky.
Yeah,
He
man.
he just
Year
looked like he
two.
was stretched out,
No, it's insanity, dude. Year two in the league, he's in the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Year two in the league, and that Orlando team was so much better than that Houston team. But I think getting a high off of beating Michael Jordan, and then you win a hard-fought series against Indiana in 7. I think Orlando, the immaturity really reigned supreme, and they forgot that they still had a series to play. Because that Rockets team, while I give them credit for being the lowest seeded team to ever win an NBA Finals, they were the 6th seed. They were not better than Orlando. They got the Nick Anderson missed free throws that just carried over. Immaturity showed in that series.
I thought this was wild. I just was looking up to see that 2007 Heat team. That's the only season that he didn't wear the number 1.
I was not aware of that. What number did he wear?
Number 7, because Darrell Wright was number 1.
Jeez Louise. The guy's name's Penny. You got to make a deal with that guy and give him his number.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. He got waived by that team
Because you know how YouTube is like the
for
forever
Luke
time machine.
Jackson.
I revisited some of the Miami games from that season. I hate the Miami Heat, by the way, being a Knicks fan, but I love NBA history. So I revisited like a couple of the games where he and Shaq played together. I was trying to see if there was anything highlight worthy. And Penny did like a little behind the back bounce pass to Shaq, and Shaq did his signature dunk two-handed. I was like, yes. But it was like weird. It looked like two uncles at like a family cookout on 4th of July playing the young guys. It was just weird. I was like, man,
Yeah.
these guys are so damn old now. And the funny thing was, I hated them in Orlando because I'm a Knicks fan. I'm supposed to hate them back then. But then when these guys get old, it's like you appreciate them more. You're like, shit, man, what happened to these guys?
Well, right now Penny's on my shit list because he's a coach at Memphis,
That's
and
right.
so with Temple and the American, we can't be rooting for anybody in the American. So,
Well, let me ask you, did you fellas watch Magic Moment on Netflix?
What is it?
What is that?
Magic Moment about the years in Orlando for Penny and Shaq, and like kind of like the rise and the fall of it.
No.
Oh,
Good watch, man. Check it out. If you guys have a chance, definitely check it out. And I must admit, man, I was on that Diddy yesterday. Oh my. A lot of stuff that I kind of figured and already knew, but some of it was just like, man, oh, man.
oh, which one? I'm
That
sorry.
that Diddy special on Netflix, it premiered on Tuesday. Oh,
Oh, did that come out? I
yeah,
didn't know.
buddy. It's worth watching.
I mean, like I want to watch it, and I'm also like, do I want to watch it? Like,
Yeah, you might get more pissed off, but I'll tell you, man, it just I have no words.
man, the reckoning, huh?
Yeah, 50 Cent produced it.
Is Bieber in it?
I haven't seen Bieber pop up yet, but they really touched hard on some of his, you know, mental illness is what I'm going to call it for now. There's other things, just pure evil. But even going back to Uptown Records, where he was with more accomplished artists, I think the thing that really got on blown up on full display is how this dude is so talentless to be at that level, and just some real shady doings. But I mean, next level, like bumping Biggie off the Rolling Stone posthumous cover for himself. He actually had Biggie pay for his own funeral. Just disgusting work.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude. Definitely check it out, though. Yeah, I watched it. I watched the first 3 episodes. I might, after we're done here, I might finish it up. But yeah. And I was a huge Tupac fan as a teenager, so there's a part of me that's hoping that between this and that Keefe D situation, that it sheds enough light where he can finally be prosecuted for his involvement in what I think a lot of people already know, that he was behind not only the death of Tupac, but also the death of Biggie.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know how. I mean, I know the Tupac side of it, but yeah, it's hard for me to believe that he wasn't in the know on the Biggie deal.
Yeah, just too many things that don't make sense. I mean, he was supposed to be in London, and when you hear Keith Burrows, who was 25% shareholder of Bad Boy Records and ran all the financials for them and everything, he got a raw deal by Puffy also, as everyone else did. But he's flapping his gums now and spreading some truth. And he flat out said it. He's like, young me would have never thought that Sean would do that. But as a grown man, he's like, I'm so sure that he had something to do with Tupac's death. And the whole Keefe D thing, with that trial going on with the murder of Tupac, he and Puff Daddy are the only two guys in accusatory terms that are actually still alive. All the dudes in the Cadillac that opened up fire on that BMW are all dead, with the exception of Keefe D. But he flat out said that he met Puff Daddy, and Puff Daddy offered $1 million on Tupac's head. So another interesting thing, in a song,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
mentioned it. He said, "I'll put $1 million on your head," and just talking all kinds of foul. Yeah, really crazy, man.
I'm trying to think of that. What's the Eminem song? It's the Eminem song. Is
The Kill Shot one where he went after
the
Machine
one
Gun Kelly.
when he went back against MGK, and at the very end he like made the comment about like the day that Diddy admits he put the hit out that got Pac killed, and he's like, "I'm just kidding."
Because a lot of people forget that MGK was a bad boy artist,
Yeah,
and that's why he looped in Puffy. But yeah,
that was,
man,
that was
50,
awesome.
yeah, it's 50 Cent's like life mission to make Puff Daddy go down on every level possible. But I get it, I get it.
I
But
love
we'll see
it.
how it plays out, man. I hope for like the family of both
Yeah.
Tupac and Biggie that they get the real answers and the right answers. That's all anybody can ask for.
But then you look back and it's like, man, like they did that "I'll Be Watching You" and like Diddy did it, and like Faith Evans is in on that and everything. Like, does
It
she
wouldn't
know?
surprise
Does
me.
she not know?
It would not surprise me because one thing that I've come to realize is out of all the people that have ran away from Diddy, the one that has always stayed close by his side is Faith Evans. And there's
Right?
something to be said about that.
It's so bizarre, right? Like, just
Very bizarre. Well, Faith Evans doesn't strike me as the loyal type. I mean, she ended up marrying one of Biggie's friends, and I'll be honest, it's their business, certainly not mine. But I don't think Tupac was just talking crap and hit him up. I do actually believe that he and Faith Evans were together.
yeah,
Unbelievable.
it's crazy.
There's your score update: 44-30. And I heard Jalen Carter and Justin Herbert should play. Carter's not, but Herbert should be playing.
All right. Well, I'm going to be on the fence with fantasy this week because I'm either going to start Jacoby Brissett or Justin Herbert. I'm headed to the playoffs, but just trying to, position myself. I'm more worried about the CeeDee Lamb concussion, but like I said, it's what 11 days, 12 days until they have to play again. So I think he'll be ready for the fantasy playoffs. But he's like, that was my big trade in my fantasy season. So if he's a no-go, it's going to be tough.
And then
You don't have any other
that's for you
what?
on the screen.
He got 22 points.
Yep.
Unreal.
Man, I can't believe you got a Cowboy on your team.
I got two of them.
That's
Yeah,
Wow.
but him getting injured tonight, 18.10. He would have had a hell of a night if he didn't get injured. But this is what I'm
CeeDee Lamb
rolling
has
with.
6 receptions for 121 yards.
This is what I'm rolling with. I got Jacoby Brissett, Devontae Smith, CeeDee Lamb will play tonight, Khalil Shakir, James Cook, Quinshawn Jukins, Travis Kelce, Alex Pierce, Chris Boswell, and the Houston defense. But I might flip and put Herbert in for Brissett. I'm kind of on the fence. I was thinking that if the Rams are up early, Brissett's going to throw a lot.
I can't believe
Good.
Brandon Aubrey got 5 field goals. One of them being a 63-yarder.
Yeah, that's insanity.
I mean, Gibbs has a buddy Mike 33.5.
I
he will
can't
eventually
believe
break.
Johnny's over here trying to trash talk me about his fantasy team when his kicker gets his most points. I don't know, man. It's pretty bad. We'll see.
It's all good fun, you know it.
You can have your 22-point head start. I'm sure Josh Allen will get that on the first drive.
Hmm.
Who are they playing this week?
I have no idea. I'm just messing with
Cincinnati?
I have literally no idea who anyone's playing this week.
It
Yes.
looks like I'm going to fall short here on my Hard Rock ticket. 43 rushing yards for Jahmyr Gibbs. I needed 65.
Yeah, but he has 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, too bad I didn't go that route. Dak Prescott, I needed one more touchdown out of him, and I literally need 3 yards out of George Pickens. Too much to ask for. And all my college teams hit. Yeah,
Oh,
man.
Dallas has the ball now, minute 59 left. You never know. Let's see.
Johnny, you are currently favored to win this week now.
For now. But yeah, Seattle, Atlanta. Seattle should win that. Cincinnati at Buffalo.
You didn't start Williams.
Nope.
Good.
Fellas,
One
I'm
Cowboy
going to
was
call
in
it. I'm going to get in there and watch that final episode of this Diddy thing. Pleasure being on here. Before the year's out, or definitely for the playoffs, it'd be cool to have both you guys on. Same thing, simulcast, and we'll talk some playoffs for sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely,
But I
definitely.
like what you guys are doing, man. I really like what you guys are doing here, and anything that you guys need, anything that I could do to help you guys out, always just ask, man. Because yeah, definitely
Well,
fans of both of you.
Man, we
well, Joe
appreciate
wants to do around the horn one week with like a PTI type show.
Yeah, I would love to. I think that would be a lot of fun.
No, I'm
We were
with it.
talking about like having Johnny be like Tony Reale over here
No, I think it's a great idea.
giving us
I think it would
points
be
and
really
stuff.
cool. Most definitely,
Yeah.
yeah. You guys should definitely do it. Like one of my favorite things I do on my show, but just depending on the flow of the shows or what we're doing, I've gotten away from it for a while now. But the start bench cut's always a good one. Yeah, bench cut. Like when I first started the podcast was always like a big thing. But yeah, man,
Start
it's definitely like a process and a journey. I'm in what year 3 that it's been my podcast. First year and a half or so, my buddy Jordan. But it's been an interesting ride so far.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's all a
man.
learning process. You know that.
Yeah, if somebody would have told me that I would have had 2 Super Bowl winners on my show already, I'd be like, nah, you probably lied. But shouts out Aaron Moorhead from your team. Great guy. Terrific guy. And William Barnard Floyd, man, the last fullback to get drafted in round 1. Had him on the show, FSU alum. He does the radio show for Florida State University. Terrific guy.
Yeah, man, it's awesome. I mean, it's a lot of fun to just shoot the shit and seem like we're semi intelligent about what we're talking about. I mean, I know when we started talking with Johnny, it was like, the whole nobody sports thing kind of came about because there was all these changes in announcers, changes in these show
Yes.
hosts, and
Yes.
like the OGs knew what they were talking about, but all the new people, I'm like, man, they're just a bunch of nobodies. Like,
Yeah, it's weird. It's definitely a different dynamic. And it's crazy, like even with the podcasting stuff that we're doing, like with the networking, like I met Johnny by like pure accident. He just
Yeah.
happened to run into my show.
Yep.
Yep.
Kind of how I
It's
met
just-
Joe by pure accident. He had like one of my comments on the Eagles page is nobody sports, so I looked into it and
I met
Yeah.
Idris on a Giants page, that NFC Beast, where I put a lot of my content out. Troy, what's up, buddy?
Keith's great, dude. I like messing with that guy. He's like one of the few people that can just take shit, talk shit. You just
He's
like,
funny as hell. He was
I love-
actually a guest on my show once.
that's awesome.
Yeah, great guy. Yeah, Keith is a good one. I'll be honest with you. I'm in a lot of different pages, but I hone in on fewer because there's so much saturation. But that NFC Beast, that's a cool ass page.
Oh, for sure.
they
Yeah,
talk
you got a lot
of
of
shit.
real knowledgeable football fans in there.
There are some times where I gotta admit that like you'll get like the occasional Eagles fan that just says something dumb, and you're just like, God, I just want to boot you out of this fandom. Like, can you, you know what I mean?
Oh, trust me.
Like, because it's
As
like
the-
it's always a Philly fan, right?
As the late John Madden, I distinctly remember it was a playoff game against the Chicago Bears 1990 season. Just praising Giant fans, talking about so much knowledge, and they're so knowledgeable. And one thing that breaks my heart, and it might sound like old man energy, and I don't care. I'm 44 years old, but it just seems like this breed of Giant fan, they didn't do enough history lessons on the team. The way they watch I don't know what the hell is going on with our fan base, but like it's weird. It's not the same caliber of Giant fans when I was coming up. And it's just it's a different world in that regard, because one thing about, I remember the old Giant Stadium Giants tickets, it's like they were willed down. you're not gonna sell your seats and let teams take over to make back your profits on the PSLs and shit. No, fuck no. It's just a different time, man. But I
But
guess every fan base would probably say that on some level or another.
let's separate the fan bases real quick, though. You guys lose 2 games in a row. Does your fan base go at your offensive coach's house?
Oh
I would have
man,
done it.
I think that's kind of
You
like,
guys
well,
are into
I
texting
feel
like, I
like that's
can't
kind of
believe these
like
guys egged his
passive.
house. And I'm thinking to myself, I can't believe they didn't throw his shit through the windows. Like,
That's like
this guy
passive
out of here.
behavior. That's passive behavior for like angry Eagles fans. I mean, you're talking about this is a fan base that threw batteries at Santa Claus.
Yeah.
JD
They
Drew.
they threw a beer can at Howie at the parade.
You didn't mean to do that.
I
He
didn't
was
think they
asking
meant
for
to
a
do that,
beer.
but that shit was
Hey, that's
funny.
Howie's fault. He's supposed to catch the beer.
Yeah, yeah. That's like when Gronk spiked the Lombardi.
That's a dipshit move.
That was a dipshit move.
That was still hilarious, though.
But it just goes to show you that there's different levels of CTE. Gronk's level of CTE, he does funny shit. Aaron Hernandez kills people.
Well, so does Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. This Antonio Brown thing is crazy, dude.
Antonio Brown is
Unbelievable.
smarter. He went to another country, though, and then thought he could get away with it. Hernandez couldn't think. He just went for it.
The Antonio Brown thing is disappointing on so many levels because this is a guy, Central Michigan, Chippewa, humble beginnings in the football realm of things. And just a guy that once upon a time was so easy to root for.
Yeah,
Former,
dude.
former Madden cover boy back in 19. One of the better receivers, a guy who should be in the Hall of Fame if you didn't have all this other stuff dirtying up his whole image, and then the way he left the NFL, just walking off the field during the Jet game, and then the way he dogged out Tom Brady, a guy who always went to bat for him.
Yeah.
It's just the worst of the worst. It's like
perfect,
such
man.
disappointing behavior. Like why? And I do believe that I don't like to make excuses for people, but Antonio Brown has not been right since that perfect hit.
That's what I'm saying. That perfect hit changed him. And
Very unfortunate.
Yeah, it's crazy, but yeah. Oh, I'm thinking it might be time to tap out. I see you tapping out. I didn't even realize how late it was.
Yeah, we almost been 2 hours. Fun as always. You know that.
Oh, the Lions won.
Yeah.
So the world can go back to being normal again. Cowboys have lost.
Definitely gives the Eagles some space, and it's going to be hard for the Cowboys to make the playoffs now.
Yeah, I dropped them down probably like 9th or 10th in the seedings.
Yeah, that one hurts. I mean, it could still be done. I've seen crazier things happen in the last couple of seasons alone, but yeah, this loss is definitely gonna damage Dallas, making it Lions might find themselves back in now because
that's what I was just gonna say. It actually really hurts them because now they lose the head-to-head versus Detroit, which is one of the teams they're gonna be trying to catch.
The Lions do have a tough schedule down the stretch, though.
Yeah, but you gotta see what happens with the Chicago and Green Bay on Sunday too. Detroit's gonna be watching that game close.
I definitely like Green Bay this week. Green Bay was actually my pick to win the NFC. Not coming in when they acquired Micah, it changed my view of what they could do. My preseason prediction was Rams, Packers going to the bowl, and Bills, Broncos. Bills going to the bowl. So right now, I would say the Bills are probably the biggest stretch out of my 4 teams that I originally predicted.
Yeah, Buffalo better be careful. They might not even make the playoffs.
Well, I was just about, I was going to look that up. Didn't we both say Buffalo Eagles Super Bowl?
I think we did.
Yeah, that's where we ended up.
Yeah, if the Bills don't get it done this year, just a huge disappointment on so many levels because I did say this, that Buffalo is a dangerous wild card if they get in based on experience alone. Like if they run into New England and say round two, that could be a little scary for the Patriots. And I'm basing this more so on experience, but Patriots look like a team
Yeah.
that very confident, and they're a reflection of their coach. You know, Mike Vrabel's done just a phenomenal job there.
That's wild to even suggest. I didn't. Buffalo is in 7th.
Yeah, so it's very feasible that they could. I mean, shit, that could be a first round matchup. Say if New England finishes second in the conference, that could be a first round matchup.
But can you imagine Buffalo as the 7? They go in and beat Denver, and then they go in and beat New England.
I mean, it's definitely possible because
Yeah.
the thing about Denver is that their offense takes like quarters off at a time. They've done it this year. Like that Raider game was like watching paint dry. The Giant game, they didn't wake up until the fourth quarter.
Their defense is
Oh no, their defense
surprisingly good.
No, their defense is legit. Patriots Rams 3.0, we could get that.
I hope not, but
I still hope. I mean, there's big hope, but I want to see Carolina sneak in as the 7th seed in the NFC.
Carolina could win their division still. They got 2
Right?
games left with Tampa Bay left.
Yeah, the way Tampa's playing right now, it wouldn't shock me. But Tampa's been fortunate over the years too, like in terms of scheduling when they really need to win one. But the injuries right now, Mike Evans' practice window opened. I don't think you'll see him until week 16, but definitely going to be interesting down the stretch to see how all this plays out.
Yeah, because both conferences are just wide the hell open.
Yeah, and I'm still gonna. I have a funny suspicion that if you guys beat the Chargers as I'm predicting, I think you're gonna see the Chiefs beat the Chargers the next week, and then all of a sudden, maybe the Chargers are gonna have something to worry about.
Yeah, because right now the Chargers, Colts, and Bills are all 8-4. Then you got Texans 7-5, Pittsburgh and KC at 6-6. The Dolphins aren't out of it yet; they're 5-7.
I got
Yeah.
one last thing I gotta say before I get out of here. The Dolphins are still playing for Mike McDaniel.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That
Yeah,
guy has 9 lives because I thought for sure he was going to be the first coach fired.
No, they've turned that season around for him.
I mean, started it off with the win against the Bills of all teams.
Yeah,
and I think they should win again. They got the Jets. They should win again this week.
Yep, Jets,
yeah.
Steelers, Bengals, Bucks, and Patriots. And that Patriots game might not mean shit.
But that would be a waste of a wild card spot because Miami cannot play in the cold.
Yeah, we found out last year when they got smoked by Kansas City.
Yeah, that was rough. Devin Achan, great season, but it's not going to be remembered just because they're not the way that a Jahmyr Gibbs season or obviously what Barkley did last year. But gentlemen, great job. I am out for tonight.
Yeah, man. Get your sleep. I probably need to do the same thing here shortly.
No good.
Gonna get back at it again in the morning.
Johnny Joe, thanks for having me.
Later, Richie.
Have a good one.
Have a good night, brother.
We'll see ya. Well, Johnny, I did it. I made it. We did it over 2 hours.
Yeah, I know.
Make up for the
month that you took off.
On my hiatus.
And the thing I still got to pay for that month too.
It's a oh, that'll be
no. People were asking. People were worried about you. I mean, they were like, "Hey, sports coming back." I was like, "We're working on a couple of things, but we'll get back to it eventually." I mean, still a work in progress. I know you still want to try your idea, so
yeah. I just and I'm. It was actually really cool. Shout out to I think your Monday co-host AC. I saw her.
Yep, she
post saying like I hope everything's cool with Joe and his family, and I'm like shit, I've never even met some of these people, and everyone's checking in on me, so I appreciate it. Yeah, it was a weird couple weeks. Just I mean, completely lost my voice at that Green Bay game, so that's my own fault. And then I was traveling for work, and then I got sick, and then everybody was sick here, and
Or December
I've
14th.
been
might
hearing
be
me
my-
sniffling all night. I'm on the back end of it. I'm all medicated and whatnot, but yeah, it's nice to get back on and do a show, and thanks for letting us take over a Thursday night.
Yeah, I mean, December 14th, I'll lose my voice for you, then you can run the show on that 16th.
Hey man,
Yeah.
it's gonna be fun.
Yep, I mean, we'll just see what happens as the rest of the season goes. I mean, we still got plenty of football left. I mean, shout out to Richie and Idris for joining us tonight. It's been awesome. I always enjoy talking to them guys.
Oh, 100%.
They're Giants fans, but they're like very passionate sports fans, and that's what we want to build here. Is having the passion, compassion, and you're gonna have a little trash talking, but at the end of the day, like we're just people talking about sports, what we love to do.
Yeah, and we never. Sometimes we've got a plan for things to talk about over the course of the night, but like on a night like tonight, it's you never know where the show's gonna go, and
That's the fun part
it's
about doing it
always
live.
yeah, it's always fun to just have some genuine, unscripted sports talk. Then who knows if there's ever a moment where there's silence, we can just go back to the fact that it's been almost 30 years since the Cowboys have been in a Super Bowl, and it's looking like we're going to be going to 31.
Yeah, they might even make the playoffs. I mean, they lost tonight, so I mean,
It's brutal, man.
the whole thing about me beating you in fantasy is a perfect. I'm not looking forward to that.
We will see next week. We will provide everyone with an update on how things went. It is not looking good for me right this second.
I'll make you laugh. You're making a big deal of 22 points on Aubrey for our league, right?
That's wild, man.
Oh, it gets worse. In my cash league, the league I do with my parents, my cousin has them, 32 points with a kicker.
We'll see, man. I'm trying to look and see really quick. Nope, we will not know until Monday because you've got Saquon.
Yep. I actually have a couple of people on Monday if I wanted to.
I wonder if I should, just for the hell of it, pick up somebody from that game.
On my bench, though, I have Quentin Johnston. I have Dallas Goddard. I got Valate or whatever.
Oh, and you got Vidal. You've got, so you have everybody that I could maybe pick up. I don't even think there's anybody I can pick up.
Gotta cover my bases, you know what I mean?
You're over here like, make sure there's nobody from that game available.
I mean, I think Keenan Allen's available.
Oh, there's a reason for that. Ooh, Gadsden's available. Is he actually going to play? I need a new tight end.
There you go, see?
No, but I can't do it, man. I can't play somebody against the Eagles. The only person I can only pick up Eagles player. And I don't think there's anybody worth having.
That's why I took Johnston. I mean, you want Saquon, give me a running back and he's yours. Saquon hasn't done shit for me this year.
I'll pick up Dotson.
Hey, you never know.
Bigsby. Maybe that would be messed up if I like put Tank Bigsby in and you got Saquon and Bigsby vultures all the touchdowns.
Well, it's funny because Barkley popped up on the injury report that Tuesday before the Chicago game. I actually went in and picked up Bigsby just in case. I mean, you clinched. You're in the playoffs no matter what. You're the first team to clinch. But TJ, if he wins this week, should clinch 2. Sam should probably get 3, but then it's a dogfight between half the league. I mean,
that's right. Is it first week bye?
Nope, it's top 4 seeds only in the playoffs.
Okay, so I'm good. Like I'm in no matter what.
Yeah.
Or I mean, I'm playing next week no matter what.
1 plays 4, 2 plays 3. That's it. Everything else is consolation. So.
And Power Rangers is the team that's been my kryptonite this year. So
who knows? Though he could be knocked out if Mike keeps winning. If my cousin Chris keeps winning.
I know it's just crazy. I'm pretty sure I lost both times.
Well, let's see.
I was trying to look at my. I don't actually know how you look at schedule.
So go to standings and click on schedule. And it'll bring up your yeah, you lost to Power Rangers week 2 151.05 to 149.33. So less than 2.0.
Didn't I lose the second time?
Nope, you beat him the second time. 194.95 to 115. You lost to Mike Wright once. 151.20 to 140.72. And bare minimum bandits, which is my friend Dom, 142.83 to 128.
Can't win them all, man.
Nope. I mean, look at it. You start at 2-2 and you're 10-3.
Hey, I started with a D minus.
Yeah,
Yeah, Yahoo.
I was gonna say we all gotta talk about this right now.
Oh, man.
That could just go on and on. You know that. My team I don't know what the hell wrong with my team this year.
Didn't you win it all last year?
Last year, yeah. I didn't win it all last year. Tyler did.
Okay.
The team that's in last place this year. Kind of like how I was the year after I won. Completely like bomb the league, and shit the bed. I mean,
yeah, that's what I was trying to. Is this our third year?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say you definitely won one of these.
I won the first year.
The first year, okay.
Then I got cocky and said I was going back to back and then finished the last. I mean, I could still wind up finishing the last this year. I mean, only one game above Tyler, and I have the least amount of points scored in the whole goddamn league this year.
Oh, you're 6. Okay, you can't.
I mean, I could still make one.
6, so 7. Oh, are there 2 weeks left?
No, we go to week 17 is the playoffs. So this week and 2 more, yes.
Oh, well, you still got plenty of time.
Yeah, I got to win out and hope everybody else loses.
Yeah, so you're still. So the final week of the season,
week
like
18.
the final week of the NFL season, is our championship week.
Yep.
Oh hell yeah! And Buffalo is trying to fight for their division. Let's go. Josh Allen's playing in the last week.
That's what I mean. It gets interesting.
I love it. I need Buffalo to keep losing.
That's what I mean. It gets very interesting. That's what's fun about when you make the season go all the way to the last week. Because some people have to like make a whole new roster because everyone they have isn't playing the last week of the season.
Man, I gotta think about that, huh? That should be good.
Yeah, because Colts are still playing.
The
Bills.
Colts, yeah, nobody's really. I guess the Broncos, nah, because they can still be trying to play to get the first spot.
Yep, the Rams, since they lost, now they got to keep playing. Houston's still playing.
Green Bay's defense on my bench, so
Kansas City. You got Jordan Love. He's still playing to get in.
Yeah, I should still be alive.
I think so.
Well, let's not get ahead of it. I still got to win that first week.
Yeah. I mean, look, like I told you, look what happened with Sam Simmons last year. Had the 1 season, lost first round in the playoffs.
Man, I can't do that. I'm not pulling a Patriots.
He's a Cowboys fan. That's what makes it even better. But no, it's been fun. We'll get back on it next Tuesday. I'm actually off next Tuesday, Wednesday. So we'll come up with a more constructive plan.
Sounds good.
For a show next week. But everyone who popped in there, I appreciate it. I know we had Dark. Troy was here. A lot of people were probably looking. My friend Andrew said hello.
Yeah, a bunch of names on here I never seen.
Holly, she's over at the Basement Show a lot. Brad Ryder, that is AC, the one that was asking for you. Alan Moles, Grim. Who else? Gary is my friend. You probably talked to Gary before. Andrew was on the Basement Show back in the day. Stephanie Ortiz is Alan's daughter. So people pop in and out just saying hi all night, which is quite okay.
No, it's just cool to see the comments come in and people popping in to say hi and whatnot. So
Yeah, I mean,
it's nice to be back.
Yeah, once you get back in the real swing of things, you'll be good as new, ready to have some more fun. But
Yeah, we'll yeah. Next week, hopefully, I'll be 100% and I'll really get back to my Dallas trash talk. It's pretty tame tonight.
save it for when it matters most. But look, we still actually have 4 people watch one of it. Well, because Richie had his pages linked up too. So everyone who's still in chat, make sure to drop Richie Hicks Junior Sports Podcast a like and a follow if you haven't done so already. They're good people. They do shows almost every single night. And then we were on the Sports Corner tonight on Facebook and YouTube, and the Basement Show YouTube as well. And yes, tomorrow night is going to be a banger of a show with the good old Rev Grimm, his last one before his surgery. So make sure to pop in over on YouTube on the Basement Show to see that one, because it's going to get quite interesting tomorrow night.
Will anybody be consuming anything?
No, but hell's coming.
Hell's coming?
Yeah, hell's coming.
I think we're already in hell.
Well, with Grimm, you actually have to be signed into a YouTube account, and you have to be 18 and older to chat in the chat.
That means I could chat in there twice.
There you go. You can do whatever you want, sir.
Beautiful. Just don't
But-
put anything in my cookies.
Cookies. Is that at 8 tomorrow? It is, Mr. Evans. 8 o'clock tomorrow night on YouTube.
You know what? How long does that run for, though? Because I forgot. Tomorrow night, I'm going to see Michael Blaustein.
Hope, if it's a good show, Grimm will probably be going about 3 hours, if not longer.
Maybe I'll catch on the tail end of it. But Michael Blaustein's a comedian, for those who don't know. And if you never heard of him, you should look him up because he's hilarious. And he's going to be in Madison tomorrow night. So I'm going to be fangirling pretty hard.
Oh my God. Sorry.
Oh, dude. He everybody's on Matt Rife roller coaster. No, Michael Blaustein. Check him out.
Man arrested in Madison, Wisconsin for jumping comedian on stage. I know that guy.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Go live from the back of a cop car.
I mean, you actually have the Sports Corner page. You could go live on the Sports Corner.
This is true. From the back of a cop car. I go live. Johnny, bail me out.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for it.
Yeah, if you see it go live, that's not a good sign, folks.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
But everyone have a good night. Yeah, everyone have a good night. We'll let Mr. Gallagher go get some rest. Same with me, because it is 12 o'clock midnight here on the East Coast.
Yeah, you're already in the future, man.
Yeah.
I'm still in the past over here.
Well, I'll let you know how it goes tomorrow, okay?
Sounds good. Yeah.
Have a good night, everybody.
See y'all.
Adios.